That's right, folks. This is your man DWeezy with a special Wednesday edition of Lunch Table Roundup. So come grab a seat and sink your teeth into some of these juicy lines out there. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be getting into some more player props after the success we had in game two. So in game three, we're going to go back to a few more player props. So let's take a look at what we got on the menu for today. To kick things off, we got Tatum Brown coming in under 6.5 rebounds on the game. I think the likes of Looney and Wiggins and even possibly a couple of the Celtics players picking up more rebounds. I think Brown will come under. He hasn't cleared this number more than once in the past five matchups. And I think the under is the play there, minus 109. Now, going on to our next prop, a bit of a correlated move. We have under 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Brown. As you see, this is the favorite, minus 122, the under versus the over. I think, as I said, less rebounds. Now, this is a prop that lives and dies by the point production. In two of the past five games, Brown has cleared this number, and I think the under is the way to go there. Now, as we move on to our third prop, going to the other side of the court, we got Wiggins over 5.5 rebounds at minus 114. As I said earlier, I think the big body of Wiggins is a bit much for some of the smaller guards and forwards to handle in Boston. That being said, this is a number Wiggins has covered three of the last five matchups. And in the two matchups he didn't cover this number, he fell at 5 rebounds in both of those games. This is a number I'm comfortable in playing to the over, and I think that's what we'll get there. Now, moving on to a couple few specials. Last week we had a couple parlays. One worked out, one didn't. Going back to our man Steph Curry, you know, in our last game in game two, we were able to come in with the same game parlay. Going back to that same mindset, we have over 3.5 3-pointers made and under 212 game total. Now, in the first game, we saw both of these things happen. I think this is something that can occur again. This is also a type of prop where they do not have to win the game for this to come in. It doesn't even have to be close. Now, in game two, we saw where a blowout kept Steph Curry off the court for the majority of the fourth quarter, and that didn't matter in him reaching his 3-point prop. So in this game, I like that same game parlay. Now, moving on to our next parlay for this game three NBA Finals, we have Drayvon Green. Now, this is somebody that in game two I was on. Now, unfortunately, the double double didn't come in there, but this is another angle I will be trying to attack with over 8.5 rebounds, over 6.5 rebounds, and over 5.5 assists. And as you see, this three-leg parlay is plus 321. I do think these are numbers that he can clear. If it wasn't for the blowout that we saw in game two, I think he would have cleared all these numbers. If he didn't, um, I do think the possible double double is on the board if you want to look at that statistic. So, to wrap up things, folks, this week, you know, have Brown under 6.5 rebounds, as well as Brown under 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I also like Wiggins with the over 5.5 rebounds. And as I said, with the parlays, we have Steph Curry over 3.5 3-pointers made and the game total being under 212. And then we have our Drayvon three-leg parlay, as you just saw, where we have the over 8.5 points, over 6.5 rebounds, and over 5.5 assists. Now, Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comments section. Tell me what you think, folks. If there's teams that you want me to cover, check out. If there's sports that you want me to cover, yes, there will be more MLB content as their season kicks off and others die down. Um, do not forget to check me out Wednesdays on Lunch Break Hot Take for my live segment there, where I will be dropping a couple more plays for this game 3. So, like I said, folks, make sure to hit that like up and subscribe. And let's see if we can find some winners as we sink our teeth into these lines. Everybody take care out there.